have like zero interests in excitement for you right now.
Yeah, no, I'm down with just everything being
That's calm.
like at
and
this
it's
point,
cautious.
let's just straightforward everything moving forward.
Yeah.
Part of my job in the pulmonary hypertension clinic is to go see patients in the hospital who are admitted for the question of whether they have pulmonary hypertension and what they're going to do about it. Ben is kind of an interesting case. He was like relatively healthy for a very long time. And he kind of, developed a little spot on his hand. And that was probably in the fall sometime. And I met him in March. And at that point, that same rash had spread all over his body. And so he was diagnosed with a very rapidly progressing form of scleroderma.
This is the first time I've seen you walk in a while, sir.
I know.
Scleroderma is also associated with pulmonary hypertension. His rheumatologist did a lot of screening, and she was able to pick that up and refer him to us.
We're good to go?
Yeah.
Thank you.
Pulmonary hypertension is a rare disease of the blood vessels of the lungs. So just like you can have high blood pressure in your body, which is very, very common, you can also develop high blood pressure in the circulatory system that goes out to your lungs, which is exceedingly rare. I've spent a lot of time here.
I believe it. Are you hanging out the whole time or?
Yes.
Okay.
Over time, the blood vessels of the lungs become progressively thick and stiff, and so your heart still has to pump the same amount of blood through a thin and narrowed space. And at first, your heart, becomes stronger just to deal with that high blood pressure in the lungs. But over time, it's like running a marathon 24 hours a day. The heart muscle gets tired, gets stretched out, and it starts to fail. Your heart actually is able to go back to a relatively normal functioning heart once it doesn't have to deal with the high blood pressure in the lungs all the time.
So the lungs are the key to?
Yes, all of it. Yes. Lung transplants are a limited resource. There's this period of time where you're sick enough to need a lung transplant, but there are no lung transplants currently available. And so that can tend to be kind of a scary period of time for patients who have pulmonary hypertension.